What is up, everybody? Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Night Studios, back on Space Engineers. I have something slightly different for you today. This is actually a bit more of a tutorial that I'm going to do. And what are we building, you might be asking? Well, per a suggestion by... I actually have the name this time. Joshua Girth, I hope I got that right. Commented on one of my videos, the diamond ore block one, and mentioned we should do this, so we're going to. And today we are building a, drumroll, Minecraft pig. So as you can see, I've already built it here, so that's why I said this is a little different, is because this is kind of going to be a little bit of a tutorial, because I've actually done it before this time. And I tried to recess these landing gears, but it didn't work very well. Because these are 4 blocks wide, and the landing gears are 3, so no matter how you slice it, you end up taking a chunk out of one of the legs. You can do it if you want. Feel free to make any kind of modifications you want. Just explaining some of my methods to my madness. So let's get flying up here for a second. So first thing, let's go over what we'll need. You won't need these, or these. Since it's Minecraft, everything's squared. So the one thing we will need is landing gears. And again, if you want to ad-lib to this and put chain guns out the nose or something, I don't know. It's up to you. But this is how I'm going to build this guy here. Nope, wrong button. To start, we're going to do a small ship this time. I know, it's weird I'm doing a small ship. It's like unheard of. So we're going to come off, what was it? I just moved my paper. It's 15 blocks off of your starting block, so it should total 16. And quick way to check is you can run it along the top. Yep, 16, so we can take that out. I'm going to need it again in a minute anyway. And then you're going to go up 7 off of this, so 8 in total. I'm just minusing, or subtracting, not minusing, 1, because you're coming off of a starting block. So to go 16 blocks, you gotta go, come on, 15, like so, and that'll bring you out here. So that's your first side. And then what you want to do is come off 9 this way, so a total of 10. And then you can do the same thing on this side, and they should butt up. There you go. So this is going to be the body, in case you hadn't figured that out already. Now, again, there's more than one way to skin a cat, so this is not the only way to do it. I'm going off of the Minecraft texture, from the default. And I'm using the red blocks just because, for obvious reasons, it seems to make the most sense. I mean, you could color it whatever you wanted, I suppose. I just went with... Stop it. Stop it. Thank you. I just went with red because it seemed to make the most sense. So what I did after this is you fill up one wall, and then you can do... Let's just do a row here. I didn't do this when I was building it, but this might make it easier. So fill in like one row so you know where you have to stop. And then go to the small power reactors and just fill in this bottom layer. Probably don't have to do that, but it ensures that you'll have enough power. Because I don't think I ran out of power in the tests I did on this guy over here. Now what I did, which way did I go first? I think I did back. Yeah. So get it to where the thruster is facing that way. And now highlight over top of the reactors, and you're going to go from the reactors to the top, I believe, is how I did it. Not that far. Something like that, I think. Actually, reduce that. Need to reduce... Did I reduce that? No, I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, now then go to the upward thrusting ones, and make sure to move over 2. And the reason is going to be because this is where your left and right thrusters are going to go. And now go ahead and bring these out. Whoa, too far. I'm gonna go first person here. So that I can get a more accurate. And again, stopping at 2, so you have room for the front generators, or thrusters. And, okay, now take the, don't do this. Leave a slot open at the top. Not entirely necessary, I'll show you why later, but this is how I did it. Then we're gonna do upward ones, or down, I guess, your down thrusters. And now the right side, or left, actually. And then we'll go up like this. Flip them around. And we'll go like this. So that's all your... And this keeps all the thrusters internal so you don't have to look at them all the time. Right. There we go. Okay, don't want to do that. Stop it. Okay. And now you can go from this edge, carry these over, and that's going to be your reverse thrusters. Now put gyros in the 4 corners here. You need to leave one gap so that you can cover all this up later. So, like that. Something like that. And now basically you just want to fill all this in. And this will complete the main body part of the pig. Okay. Like, oop, why did that not... Why you no go? Go, thank you. All sides filled up. Alright. So that's that. Now we're going to move on to the head. And for the head, go... Hold on. I'm using a reference image and some notes here, so I'm multitasking. So you go 1 over, and then go 1 back. So right about there. 1, 2... Yes. Right. I had to double check. So you're going to go 2 blocks like that, just out from one out from the side. 1, 2. And then you're going to take that another block high. And if you want to save yourself some time later, I didn't do this when I was initially building, go ahead and put 2 gyros there. And then cover this up. Now we're going to go 7 off of this. So 8 blocks in total. Like so. And now cover this up. Yeah, that should be fine. And now you're going to go 7 down from here. Again, totaling 8. Oops. Yeah, there we go. And then bring this into the chassis here. And now you can drag this down and fill it in. Same thing on this side. Drag it down 7. In like that. And then up. And filled in. And fill this part in. Now, if you want to save yourself time, again, I didn't do this when I was first building it, but after testing I went back and did it later. Go ahead and put a gyro here, here, and let me take a look. See, I don't remember. I don't remember if I put them on the bottom or not. There's one in the corners. No, it doesn't look like it. I did some testing to see how many of them I actually needed to make it turn and everything smoothly, so that should be fine, just in the top corners. And this is my personal preference. I didn't like having the cockpit up top, because as the smaller ship it needs to be one of these instead of just a chair with a screen, which is what I was hoping for, but I didn't think about it. So I went ahead and put it on here, right about there. give or take. Now, this does make it to where you can't really fly it from inside unless you were to open up the eyes or something, or punch a hole in the front. But if you hit the V and you go to your third person, it flies perfectly fine. And it's a lot funnier to fly in first person, personal preference. So if you don't like that, feel free to ad-lib and find a way to put it on top. I just didn't like having... Everything else looked good enough that I didn't like having the cockpit sticking up off the top. So that's just me. Totally up to you. And go ahead and fill that in. And now for the nose, you go total, you skip 4 blocks, go 2 in. So 1, 2, should be, yeah, 3 blocks in, skip 2. And then skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, and then it should be 4 blocks long, and you should end up with 2 on each side. Okay? Now go 2 down. And fill this all in, and you should end up with a 1 block spacer on the end. Now for color, all I did was I put black here and black here. I didn't really color this one very well as far as, you know, per the shading and everything there, because there's no multiple layers of red or pink or whatnots. And the next thing, the only other color things that you really do here is skip 1, do white, skip 1, do white, and then black and black. Actually, I take that back. You don't need the reds, or I mean the whites here, because what I did was I poked holes there, and then I put headlights. So it's a flying pig complete with headlights. How awesome is that? Alright, now the last step is the legs. So what you do is you skip 1 block, you stay on the outside here, and just skip 1 in, and then go 1, 2, 3. So total of 4. And then you do 4 wide, so 4 total. So it's a 4x4. It's 4x4x6, so you can drop this 5 blocks, totaling 6. Come on. Come on. Thank you. And then that will basically make up the feet. And you don't really need to fill this in unless you have something in particular you'd like to fill it in with. Totally up to you. I left it hollow. Part of the reason I'm also leaving stuff hollow, if I can, is for mass. Because the more mass there is, the more thrusters and stuff you need for the ship to move properly, as I've learned from making some of the projects that I've done, if any of you have kept up with my work on Space Engineers. The more blocks you place, the more it's got to move. So be mindful of that. I mean, you can add almost a limitless number. I haven't actually hit a limit yet. And then the last color things is on each foot, they have a toenail color thing, which you just start on the end and then skip 1 over. Now we're basically going to do the same thing. And when you do these, there should be a 2 block space between them. So that's kind of little indicators that let you know you're doing it right. Get rid of that. Did I get rid of that? I did. Okay. And I don't need to fill that in. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't mind me. Okay. 5. Fill up. That was a fail. I don't know what happened there. I held the button, I swear. What is going on? Place the blocks. Alright. And like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black. Painted toenails. Now, much like these are recessed in by 1, the back legs are recessed out by 1. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th, come on, will stick out like this. And then same dimensions, you can go 1, 2, 3, and then bring it out, just like that. So that's your back legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 5s are 20, that makes sense. So just let me make sure here. Yep, level up. They level up. They line up, is what I meant to say. Why is it derping? Stop doing that. I don't get what that's about. So we got this. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. And toenail paint. And one more leg, and we're good to go, other than the landing gears. That's the last thing. And you don't need as many landing, and not, at least not to my knowledge. You don't, I have like 8, and it was more just for symmetrics, because otherwise it was going to bother me. I hate when things are uneven or don't line up or whatever. Part of why I hid the cockpit in the inside of the head was just because it was irritating me that it wouldn't line up anywhere. Okay, seriously? Stop doing that. Thank you. I'm in the middle of a tutorial game. Stop messing up on me. Okay. Boom, boom, and boom. Alright. Toenail paint, toenail paint. Alright, so the last step... Whoop. Oh, yeah, I did paint right. Alright, so the last step here is spin these guys around. And they take up 3 blocks long, so what I did was I put one on each end. And on the back legs, I geared them towards the back. Just kind of one of those physics things, it would hold more weight that way, or better balance. And then I just put these guys towards the front, and I just put one on each side. Almost kind of, it kind of reminds me of him wearing shoes, to be honest. Now the one last thing that you could do is the little, you could paint the little pigtail, which I actually might do on this guy. So I'm gonna pause. Wait a minute, where did I put this hole? It is 1, 2, 3 in, and 1, 2, 3 over. Alright, so let's go ahead and poke a hole. So 1, 2, 3 over, and 1, 2, 3 in. Remove, remove. That doesn't look right at all. So we're not going to leave it there. Okay, so that's the best way to do is line it up in between these two guys and just bring it back in. Now you could pull it out further back here a little bit more, but the reason I left it like this is because this way when you fly up, you can point down and you can grab this right here, and you can hit T. And see, you can't really fly from this way, but if you hit V and pan out, it works fairly well. I'm going to actually, and when you hit T, you pop back out here. So one thing I'm going to change real quick, I don't know if I did it differently in the other one down there or not, but I am going to add a couple of these in the corners on this guy because I don't like how sluggish it's turning. Again, personal preference. It's not necessarily required, but I like the ships to fly nice. So let's fill this back in. I think an extra 4 should give the turning radius and stuff that I'm looking for. Yeah, that's better. I mean, you're not going to be doing any banking or dogfighting with it or anything, but it works pretty good. It's flyable. Come on, turn for me. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it just behaves very strangely. Where's that guy? I don't want to land on him. Let's try and line her back up. And one thing that you can do is, if you'll notice down in the bottom right over here, it says landing gears 8, and then it says in proximity 0. Now what's going to happen is when you get close, you'll notice these numbers are going to change. 3, oh, I broke it. Go me. So now there's 6. Yay! 2 in proximity. So that means I need to get down. So 6 in proximity. So then you hit P and then it'll lock it in. And you can see... Do it a little bit more gracefully than I did so you don't break it. Because that's obviously not good landing protocol. This guy landed pretty good. He works pretty good. So yeah, that's how you're going to do it. Let me pause just for a second, and I'm going to go look up on how to do the tail part, and that'll probably be the finishing touches on here. And we'll go from there. I'll be back in a second. Alright, and we're back. During the break, I went ahead and fixed the platform there that I broke and fixed the landing gears. So I can kind of give you a better example of how you land this thing that was kind of a bad. So the thing I do is I just kind of tap the C is currently my descent button. And you'll see it says in proximity I have 4. Just tap it a little bit more. Give it a little tappy. Give it a little tappy. And it'll kind of line itself up where it's missing... see how it's kind of tipping forward, then it says 8P locked in. So that's how you actually land the thing. So ignore what I did before, because that was bad. And I figured out how to do the little curly cube, piggly tail, or whatever you want to call it. You could do this in gray, black. I did black just so it kind of stands out a bit more. So what you want to do, let's go first person, is you go from this guy right here, this base, you go up 1 and then skip 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th, paint it. You paint 2 more, so a 3-block strip. Also, you could go off of this guy right here and just go up 1 and just come over. And then following this, you skip over up diagonally, and 1, 2, 3, skip up. This time you do 2, 1, 2, skip down, do 1, and then do 1. And that's the piggly tail. So, all in all, we have a flyable pig, so let it be known, pigs do fly in space, engineers at least. Gotta get closer and hover over here. Come on. Thank you. Pan out of that. So we've got a flying pig from Minecraft, and with working headlights. I did this in when I first was testing it out, and I just died laughing. So yeah, lights off. Get out of here. So yeah, I think that'll about do it for this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed. I think I'm gonna upload this to Steam like my other stuff. I was going to just do the one that I'd already built and leave this one, but since it came out okay and I fixed the damage and everything, I might just upload it with both of them in there. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!